David Hellman. Oh, we still don't have him.
Still not.
No, he's calling.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Hold on. Let's see. All right. There we go. There's
David Hellman, DallasCowboys.com. Okay, David, tell us what you think of this. Craig, tell us what's going to be at the Field of Dreams baseball game, Guy Fieri.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show, David. Would you be interested in an apple pie hot dog, an all-beef hot dog, apple pie filling, Guy Fieri's signature bacon jam, and a flaky pie crust topped with apple mustard drizzle, pie spice, and demerara sugar? Does that sound up your alley?
To be perfectly blunt, that sounds disgusting. But I mean, it's like a once in a lifetime event. Like if I was there at the Field of Dreams game and Guy Fieri offered me that, I'd probably try it just to say that I did. But I have a hard time believing it's good.
Yeah,
that'd be one of those things that maybe you get 3 or 4 people and you just try a bite.
Yeah, everybody gets a bite.
There you go. Yeah, that way you don't have to eat the whole thing. David, post Hall of Fame game and Rams practice, what are you starting to see stick out to you? I know that you've been pretty impressed so far with Dan Quinn.
I'm impressed with Dan Quinn as a person. We'll see. Everything's rosy this time of year in terms of what's happening on the field. Everybody's amazing, but it's so easy to roll your eyes at head coaches and coordinators. It's kind of like a dance between them and us about who can not give anything away and who can be as boring as possible. But Dan Quinn's just fun to talk football with. Like I said on Twitter earlier, I feel like I learned things about the way that he views the field and the way that he views players and wants to use them. I know that's not very helpful, but in a world where, like I said, the objective is usually to give away as little as possible. And, he's not giving away scheme secrets when he talks to us, but it's just interesting to see the way that a guy's brain works when he's been coaching pro football for a decade or more. I feel like I get smarter when I talk to him.
So I saw the video, Connor Williams and obviously Aaron Donald. That went for quite a bit. Did you just see a little bit more of an edge? I mean, it's one play. I don't know what else happened throughout the time or whatever, but is Connor Williams, does he also feel like the clock is ticking and he's got to kind of step it up himself?
I firmly believe, which, I didn't have a chance to talk to either of them after that practice, but I think Aaron Donald kind of started that fight because he was frustrated that Connor Williams was getting the better of him, because they went against each other in individual drills before that. And, it's not like Connor Williams dominated him, but Connor Williams wasn't rolling over for him either. I mean, I think Connor got a win in one rep, and then the other one was kind of a stalemate. You could pick your side, but, Aaron Donald did not dominate him by any stretch. And then the same thing happened in team. And, when you're a 3-time defensive player of the year, maybe you're kind of mad about that going against the guy who you should be a lot better than. So, I don't know if that means Connor's ready to make his first Pro Bowl, but he looks really good out here. I thought he was underrated last year. He was the only member of that offensive line that played the whole season. He was the only veteran out there with a whole bunch of guys who had never proven anything. And, now he's working at center and guard, trying to prove his versatility in the contract year. I've been really impressed with his approach, and I think it's shown on the field as well.
David, have you been impressed with any of the young defensive backs?
Maybe not impressed in the sense, I'm not trying to say they're going to be in the starting lineup, but, everybody killed Nashawn Wright because nobody had ever heard of him when he got picked. We've talked about that a million times, but, he comes out here and he battles. He doesn't look like he should play cornerback. He's 6'4". He's all arms and legs. I don't even know how a guy that size changes direction as quickly as an NFB needs to. And, he got picked on a little bit by Chase Claypool in the Hall of Fame game the other night, but he just comes back and competes and gets his hands on a lot of footballs. And like I said, it doesn't look like it should make sense that he can mix it up with a lot of these guys, but he really does. I don't think he's going to start this year unless something terrible happens, but I've been impressed by what I've seen from him.
I know that because he hadn't thrown in a while and because there were back and forth people discussing Dak, I saw tons of video today of him throwing, lobbing some passes, Amari Cooper, among others. Is that a breath of relief? Is that just a sign of the next level? What does that mean?
I think at the very least it means that the Cowboys aren't lying to us, and I think that's that's what people get nervous about is coaches and executives love to say like, oh, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden the guy's headed for surgery. And, I know that's in the back of people's mind when they hear that Dak's not throwing. And to be very clear, like you said, he was lobbing the ball around. It's not like he was firing darts around the field today. It was a very light form of workout. But the fact that he was doing it at all and seemed to be fine while he was doing it, like I said, it's an indicator that he is on the track that they said he was on. So maybe, I guess you could call it a sigh of relief that, it so far looks like it is what they said it was.
David, how much of a bummer is the injury to fullback Siwo Olonilua, and where do the Cowboys look next as far as trying to find a replacement for him? Yeah,
it sucks because Siwo has such a unique skill set. Like I thought he had a really good chance to make the roster. Not that he's get a lot of carries or anything, but he's 6'3", 240, so he's big enough to play fullback. He's also, he could also do a lot of the H-back type stuff that you might want like a third or fourth tight end to do. So he could have essentially helped you fill 2 roster spots in one. Fortunately, the Cowboys haven't been a big fullback team in a long time anyway. I mean, we've come a long way from Moose Johnston. I mean, I think they ran with 2 backs like 10 times all of last season. It's just not something that they've done very much. So, I mean, they don't even have to carry a fullback if they don't want to. But they do have another one in camp by the name of Nick Ralston. He's actually he's a DFW guy. I believe he went to Louisiana Lafayette. So I'm probably get a bigger opportunity here in these preseason games. And, if he shows him something, maybe that's a bigger opportunity for him. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they just opt not to keep a fullback.
David, 3 days from now, you have to leave California. Are you coping with that well?
Very almost fortunately for me, like I kind of get a primer because I'm leaving here, and before I go to Dallas, they're playing a game in Phoenix, so I'll get reacclimated to the heat real quick if I had to guess. It's a mixed bag, I'm gonna miss the weather out here, but I'm also not complaining about getting to go home to my own apartment and my own bed and my favorite bars and all of the things that I haven't really been able to do while I was out here. So yeah, I'm definitely going to miss it being 60 degrees when I wake up every day, but it'll be nice to not live in a hotel for the first time in a month too.
Oh, shut up. You're not, we don't feel sorry for you at all, Paul.
I wasn't asking for your sympathy.
The air conditioner is broken in our studio right now. So before you go, if you could just describe how cool it is there. I mean, and if we make weird noises, sorry, it's just going to happen.
What's funny is, it's technically 3:00 here. So this is quote unquote the heat of the day. And it's funny, like once you get used to being out here, because it's 60 degrees when you wake up and then it's like 55 and foggy when the sun sets. So during the day, it's like 73 degrees. And after you've been out here for a while, you're like, man, it's kind of hot, man.
Yep. Yeah.
And then, but every time I start to think about that, I'm like, yeah, no, this is not hot. It'll be hot when I go home next week. Cause I'm wearing long sleeves right now and I feel great. So yeah, I'm not complaining.
And when you left Texas, you left when we were getting more rain in a month of July and also cooler mornings than I can remember, although still humid. So you're coming back to what it was supposed to be for 2 or 3 weeks before you left. I think I just felt the air conditioner come on.
Oh, that'd be great if that was the case.
Good.
That'd be fantastic.
Oh, my God. So we love you again, David Hellman. So,
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Hey, what about you got another one? You got it?
Yep.
Go ahead.
David, is Hard Knocks appointment viewing, or is that like, hey, you're living it, so it's not like a priority watch?
Oh, forget whether or not I care. It's part of my job. You just know something's going to get said on this dumb show that makes the news cycle. Whether it's about Dak's shoulder or, somebody somebody almost got arrested, but like it didn't make the news. Like there's any number of dumb storylines that nobody out here has any clue about that's going to come out on this show. So, fortunately I'm a football dork, so I want to watch it anyway, but even if I didn't want to, the job kind of requires that you tune in to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. What about this taunting rule that they're going to add to the NFL? I don't like it.
Yeah, go figure. The NFL is doing everything it can to make its product less entertaining. These are grown men who make 6 and 7 figures to play a game, and it's supposed to be fun. Like, I really don't understand it. And I know there's some people out there that love it when players hand the ball to the ref and act like nothing happened. I think that's boring. I like bat flips. I like, people throwing up the peace sign when they score a big touchdown. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a spectacle. And, it's one thing in college where these are technically kids, but these are grown men getting paid a lot of money. So let them do what they want, in my opinion. But the league never listens to common sense. So
thank you, David. Appreciate your time. David Hellman.
Thanks, guys.
Love watching his reports whenever I can, and also having him on the show Tuesdays at 5. John McClain will join us in 20 minutes or so, or a little bit less than that.
Actually,
Here's
a lot less than that.
College football note. Dennis Dodd, Oregon plays Ohio State this year at the Horseshoe.